thinking of an intersectional approach to these policies. Hugely, with huge ramifications, right? So, so it's about social justice for everyone, which is what kind of policy is about, right? Managing for the better of all peoples. Right? So these are the questions I'd like you to think about, right? So how does your research utilize an intersectional approach? Or how can it, right? Or is it possible to make neutral policies that are equally beneficial to everyone? And how can intersectionality not immobilize policymaking? So if you're thinking of all those intersections of all those people and all the many ways that they can intersect, how do we make policies for, on large scale? All right. So we'll look at gender mainstreaming. So I asked you, and some of you know what gender mainstreaming is. So for example, does your country use gender mainstreaming?
Yeah.
Is that something that in your policy, like in your offices and that you talk about that?
Yeah.
Yeah?
They
Try to?
They provide like, room for breastfeeding.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's not like equally the same even in all ministries or all profit local governments.
Right.
But in the center, they're campaigning this gender mainstreaming.
Okay. Anything else? So in Canada or the States, they had a case where a father was suing the government because they were not providing change stations in men's bathrooms, only in women's bathrooms. So a father who was out with his child couldn't change his kid anywhere because right? So you can see how these kinds of policies is like gender, women, what do they mean? But so it keeps us locked into certain ways of being. Women take care of kids, men don't. Part of that is the structure that we create. It kind of locks us into these different ways. Policy that looks good, right? We'll make change stations in all the women's bathrooms. That's a good thing, right? And we think, but we need to think of those knockoff effects, right? So, the ultimate goal of it is to achieve gender equality, right? Whatever that means. I mean, equality is a big word, right? And it's not a clear idea. We can think more in equity, right? But it is, we don't really have a truly a shared understanding of what equality is. But because of that example I just gave you, right, of the change stations in the bathroom, but yeah, that's the impetus for it. So it tends to be thought of in terms of women, which we just talked about, right? There you go, play corner stations at airport, right? Special sections in bus, right? Train.
What is gender equality?
Parity is equality, or yeah. Yeah.
I mean, like the example of this sentence.
Oh, sorry.
In education policy.
Gender education policy?
Yeah.
So to have a certain, maybe a quota,
Quota.
for example. So those are maybe affirmative action policies. Maybe to change the curriculum a little bit to offer subjects and in a way that might be applicable to women or girls, you know. Sorry?
In Indonesia,
Is that your mummy?
the
No,
parliament,
our-
the woman of the member of parliament must be 20%. 20%.
100% woman. Yeah,
The minimum
yeah,
of
yeah.
each party.
Yeah, so those kind of quotas are,
Yeah, quota system in Pakistan also.
yeah.
Everywhere in
What's the
education,
percentage?
it differs.
About
I mean, in education institutes, they have a separate merit. While hiring, the government, whenever government hires, it keeps a quota of women, disabled, and like the kids of people who died in the service